Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to tackle a new lesson related to literature. So, hello, class. I am your teacher for today, and my name is Teacher Roslyn. And I am here because I am excited to teach you an interesting lesson for today. So, for a review, before we proceed to our lesson, let's recall what we have learned yesterday. And it was all about? Very good. It was all about the fiction and the non-fiction. So the fiction refers to literature created only from the author's imagination, like fantasy, science fiction, horror thriller, and many more. While the non-fiction refers to the literature based in facts or real information and events that happened in real situation. It is also the broadest category of the literature. Now, I will be presenting you some pictures and you are going to discuss and describe it. Are you guys ready? Okay, so the first picture is we have. Very good. The second picture. Okay, the next. Very good. How about the fourth one? Okay. The next picture. Okay. For the last picture is that we have. Very good. Well done, guys. So after we finish discussing the pictures, so the title of that story is The Ant and the Grasshopper. So let's read the story all together. So, in a field one summer's day, a grasshopper was hopping about, chirping and singing to its heart's content. A group of ants walked by, grunting as they struggled to carry plump kernels of corn. "Where are you going with those heavy things?" asked the grasshopper. Without stopping, the first ant replied, "To our ant hill. This is the third kernel I've delivered today." "Why not come and sing with me?" teased by the grasshopper. "Instead of working so hard?" "We are helping store food for the winter," said the ant, "and think you should do the same." "Winter is far away and it is a glorious day to play," sang the grasshopper. But the ants went on their way and continued their hard work. The weather soon turned cold. All the food lying in the field was covered with a thick white blanket of snow that even the grasshopper could not dig through. Soon, the grasshopper found itself dying of hunger. He staggered to the ants' hill and saw them handing out corn from the stores they had collected in the summer. He begged them for something to eat. "What?" cried the ants in surprise. "Haven't you stored anything away for the winter? What in the world were you doing all last summer?" "I didn't have time to store any food," complained the grasshopper. "I was so busy playing music that before I knew it, the summer was gone." The ants shook their heads in disgust, turned their backs on the grasshopper, and went with their work. So for the moral lesson of the story, you always don't forget that there is a time for work and a time for play. Now for our activity time, it is called the Whisper Charades. I need you to create a group with 4 members each and choose one representative to guess the answer. Every one of you in a group will relay the word that I will pick randomly while using earphones with music on. But the twist is that the last member of the group will have to draw the answer in the sketchpad that I will provide instead of shouting the word. The group who spends the shortest time while playing the game will receive a prize. Okay, great job guys. Group 7, you will receive a prize from me after the class. Well done! Great teamwork! So now let's proceed to our lesson. Do you know what type of literature you have read earlier? Okay. Or do you have any idea what is the definition of a short story and its elements? Share your own understanding to our class. Okay, well done. So what do you think is a short story? It is a brief work of fiction where usually the main character faces a conflict that is worked out in the plot of the story. It is also a brief fictional prose narrative that is shorter than a novel and usually deals with a few characters. Now, we are going to discuss about the elements of a short story. The first one is we have the setting. It is where the time and location where the story takes place. It also includes place, time, weather, social condition, mood, or atmosphere. Like for the story of the ant and the grasshopper, the examples are in a field one summer day, ant hill, winter, and the weather soon turned out cold. The next one is we have the character. It is a person or animals or any creatures that carries the whole story. So the character from the story that we have read earlier is the ant and the grasshopper. The third one is we have the plot. It is a series of related events that make up a whole story. This is what we have done a while ago in the drill, discuss and describe. So we are going to know about the plot structure. First, it has introduction. It is a section that introduces characters, the setting, and conflicts. It is also known as exposition. It is also the beginning of the story. The second one is we have the rising action. It consists of a series of complications. These occur when the main characters take action to resolve their problems and are met with their further problems. The third one is we have the climax. It is the turning point in the story, the high point of interest and suspense. It is where the most exciting part of the story occur. The fourth one is we have the falling action. All levels or events following the climax or turning point in the story. These events are a result of the action taken of the climax. The last one is we have the resolution. It is the end of the central conflict. It also shows how the situation turns out and ties up loose ends. The resolution is also known as the denouement. Let's continue to the elements of a short story. Now we have a theme. It is a central message or insight in life revealed through a literary work. It is the main idea of the story that the author is trying to convey. This may be the author's view on a topic on human nature as a whole. Like for the example, in the story of the ant and the grasshopper, the moral of the story that we get is there is a time for work and a time for play. Now for the last one is we have the point of view. It is a vantage point from which the writer tells the story. It has first person, third person, and omniscient. In the story, it uses an omniscient point of view, that it can focus on the thoughts or any actions of all characters. Now for sharing time, and as a student, how can you relate the lesson you got from the story and also from the topic we discussed a while ago? Okay, well done! So now we are going to play on another activity, and it is called the Bingo Bingo. So for the instructions, write the elements of a short story, plot structure, the characters in the story, the setting like place, whether in the mood of the story in every box of the bingo card that I will be giving to you. And then, I will randomly pick a word from the ball, and if you have that word in your card, mark it X. So whoever of you will create or make a straight line in the box with a mark on it will get a 10 points for a quiz. Job well done, everyone! Now for our assignment. Share your own story relating to the elements of a short story. In the boxes below, share your story. What important events have happened in your life? What are your strongest memory? What hobbies or passions are important to you? So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for listening. Hope you had a great time with our class and see you in the next class. Bye!